Hey, Roberta, dear. Hello.
Hi, let me ask James.
Okie dokie.
Hello, is everybody there?
I'm here.
Awesome.
Okay.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
All right, so as we're getting ready to kick ass today, I wanted to just get you two on the line so that way we can all be on the same page. There was, a lot of miscommunication. I want to improve the communication between all of us because, as we go through this transition and get everything organized and in line for us to streamline communication, it's imperative that at least us, like if we can't get the communication right between us,
Mm-hmm.
then it's not going to work for everybody else. We have to start here.
Yes.
This is not, I don't know if Desiree, if you have a different a method that James is giving you instructions that is not working for you, or James, you have any type of, feelings of, can we please improve so that way I can give her better, clear instructions, and so that way you can actually get through to her. I don't know, but I think this call, it should not take very long. We just need to be very, very upfront, very honest, no bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
And, Desiree, I know, I love how direct you are because you know how I am direct as well. James, you've got a PhD on Berta already. So you know how I am and you know my intentions. So let's get through this. Let's get it working so that way we can all move forward and build this in the right direction. So I would like to, who wants to go first? I was kind of thinking maybe, James, if you don't mind, that's a reading, so for her to express, what's going on with her, and then you can rebuttal at that time and then explain what's going on in your side as well. Would you mind that? Does that sound good for everybody?
Why don't we do this? Let's just go through what we're supposed to be doing, because there are no feelings over here. I don't feel a certain way. I'm not even thinking about feelings. And if we look at the clock, that took 3 minutes. It took 3 minutes to kick off this call. That's one of my concerns. So there's a lot of talking happening, right? And it is draining for people. So we have to be more concise. Just everybody's got to stop the banter. So I had a conversation with Desiree the other day. So just make sure we're on the same page. Make sure I'm on the same page. This is how it's structured. Desiree works for client care, that vertical, right? She's going to add other people over time. We have clients, and lead those people, and she is taking the time to learn the system inside out, so she can teach others how to be successful in that, and then ultimately probably more in a strategy role as she gets further along. Because she is very strategic. She's very smart, hard worker, and she takes initiative. So there's a whole bunch of pluses. That was the whole energy and excitement about bringing her on board. Desiree, I think you're amazing. In love with all the things that you're doing. So that's that. Desiree technically reports to, remember the way the company works is we work for each other, not work with each other, not for each other. But technically, that is one of Roberta's departments, right? So Roberta has marketing, operations, and basically everything with HR, accounting, and legal. And then Heath is running sales, and so customer service will roll up to Roberta, right? And there are going to be times where Josh is involved, or I'm involved, or Craig, or obviously there's customers that there's no narrative on, right? That you're not going to be able to solve. So I get that, but let's just assume you told you. So what I explained the other day, Roberta, to her was there's really 3 things that she's supposed to be doing. One is onboarding new clients that are assigned to her, just ones that are assigned to her, not interpreting, going back, looking forward, trying to find clients and figure out things. Here's your 5 clients. Here's the ones that you're serving. And she may get clients that are already assigned to her as well, if there's a reason, right? There might be a learning experience. It might be a friendly. It might be, hey, let's go through this together so you can see how this one didn't come together like it should have, because communication wrote, right? So she has a couple like DSCR that are existing that she's going to work through to more. And then she's got new ones that again, these people are just, it's day one, right? And they're just pumped, right? So that's one part of the role. The second part of the role is taking an hour each day, Monday through Friday, and making outbound outreach of some sort to help Keith's team get demos on the board, and she can maximize her comp plan. One of the conversations me and her had was, she's got a base 50, 55K, whatever that is, and then she has a target of 130, comp plan, Roberta has as well. So to help her make 10, 15 grand a month, she has to have upsells, cross sells, retention. There's retention bonuses in there, so make sure she makes comp plan. And then every time he sells something, she gets a piece of that. So one of her pain points is, from our conversation we had was, she needs to make more money than she makes now. Totally get it, and that's how we do it. And then the last thing is really the system side, right? And that's, how do we help with Romero and the team, really Romero, to get the Monday board stood up so that we can all use it correctly. The fuel board stood up, and I think we'll find when we talk to Romero that it's all there. Just, it's a mystery of explaining how the watch was made. So that's that piece. Then let's move over. So we got that. So that's the job. There is nothing else. If something could be assigned, right? I mean, like any other job, Roberta has a role, and sometimes she gets assigned something that's not in her job description. That's just part of being an employee. And so then the other part when we met was trying to figure out work schedules. So as a company, we're going to work through this with Desiree. So we are 8 to 6 Monday through Friday, but as needed as a salaried worker. And I know there was a gap in Dallas. I was super clear that if we were going to pay something out early and not have them wait for 2 weeks in arrears, we would, one, have to true that up at some point. Two, there could be no other job. I understand that there's some conversations that took place without me being present, and we made other arrangements. And so that caused conflict that we could have avoided. And so we have a little bit of a narrative here where Desiree still at the liquor store, still working, and the world's not going to fall apart, right? But we have to solve for that at some point here, figure that out. And then the last thing is just communication. I think this is where my gaps are happening. Is there's very detailed communication, very detailed, almost too detailed, right? So it becomes hard for people to process. So you always think about this. The truth comes in short sentences. It doesn't need to be a word problem to explain something. So some of the things that are happening is when we're new, and this Desiree, we're thinking through this, like email to Heath is just a good example. So Heath reaches out for a status of clients, right? Ideally, Heath would reach out to Roberta for a status of clients because she oversees that department. Right now, behind the scenes, she might delegate that to you or you and Romero or Josh. Because remember, Josh was a part of the onboarding piece for many months. So a lot of the information we need right now for existing clients, Josh is going to have to be involved. I'm not saying he knows how to fix it. I'm just saying he knows the story, he knows a client, and he's really good at de-escalating angry people. Like it's hard to be mad at Josh when you're talking to him. So anyways, with Heath and sales, we don't want sales to have anything to do with service. So if anybody from sales reaches out and says, hey, what's going on with clients? We have to learn to do professional pauses, right? And that would be like, Heath, that's a great question. I've got back-to-back meetings. Let me see what I can pull together for you as a summary. I'm going to go ahead and loop in Roberta into this email thread of Romero as well, so we can work on that for you. If I get something back to you tomorrow by 5. So what I'm saying is, what I see in our answers to people is anxiety manifesting itself into a response. So instead of pausing, reflecting on the question, pulling in the appropriate people, then sending back a response, we fire something off real quick, and then we piss people off. Then Heath calls me and says, hey man, the fuck is this, dude? Like, I'm just asking a question and she's telling me, she doesn't have any answers. It's her job. Like, it just creates problems for me. So we gotta slow down. I keep saying this over and over again. Slow down. Less talking, more doing, less talking. Otherwise, we're going to have these constant problems. So it's not a talent thing. It's not a competency thing. It's not that I don't trust, respect, or believe that everybody can move the ball forward. It's just that I'm constantly getting pulled into these things that have to go put the fire out because we need your reaction, said something. We should be having calls. We have a call with introduction with Craig today. So Desiree can meet him. He's not going to solve any of your problems because it has nothing to do with them. So it's Romero, Josh, and yourself should be having, and I don't see anything on the calendars. I don't know. We were going to have channel partner calls and all that stuff. I don't see anything scheduled, but based from our time in Dallas 2.5 weeks ago, there should be a daily heat case call or a daily client call. Maybe they're happening. I don't know, but this should be formal. It should be a call. It's a standing call. And we go through the 7, 8, 9, 10 clients with Romero, Josh, myself, Roberta, and we figure out what's going on with the client, where's the gap. And then if we need Heath, or if we need Craig, or we need Dennis, or we need Chris, or we need one of these other dev partners to solve something, then we'll reach out to the appropriate party. But I don't know that that's happening. So it always feels like knee-jerk reactions. And then the last thing is, if I call somebody, trust me, I just told you, I hate talking. I hate these long conversations and scrolling texts, scrolling emails. It drives me crazy. So if I call, it's urgent. I won't waste anybody's time. I don't call you just because I'm bored or lonely or got nothing to do. And so all I need is someone to respond back. James, I see your missed call. I'm on a Zoom call covering XYZ. I'll be free in 30. Did that work? Or, hey, I'm not in front of my computer at the moment. I won't be in front of my computer till 8 or 9 o'clock. Is it urgent? That's it. That's it. What I get back is I'm on a call or whatever. I don't see anything on the calendar, so I don't know. I don't even know what that means. So that's my depths. So I don't know if that solves anything or not, but that's where I'm coming from, if that makes sense. So I think everybody's awesome. Once again, at the very beginning, Roberta, you said it. There's a communication gap here, or an expectation of communication that has a gap.
Yep. Yeah. So the takeaway from this is understanding the 3 areas that you're covering. I'm going to send an email also to be crystal clear, and it's going to be very short. My emails are very short, much shorter than how I talk. And then on the one thing that I ask of you is to schedule an ongoing call for client services. That means once a week. We can have, and James, correct me if I'm wrong, you need James, Romero, Josh, myself.
Yeah. And I would encourage you, just for now, right, if you guys are okay with this, let's just do one daily for the next 2 weeks so that we can help her get caught up, right? Because once she's caught up and everything's current, then to your point, you could probably do it once a week. It's perfectly fine. Because I know you're still going to talk if there's an issue, right? Like, no one's going to wait for a meeting. But I think until we're all like, okay, we're good, like DSCR is good, until we're all on agreement that, what, client is happy, let's just do it daily. And then, if we don't need it, we don't need it.
Okay. Yeah, we can do that. Do you think that maybe like Monday, Wednesday, Friday would be good enough, or do you want it every single day?
If you're going to do that and break it up, I'm totally open to it. Then I would do Monday through Thursday and leave Friday off, because we're going to have a hard time solving much over the weekend. You know what I mean? So let's do it. Yeah, we still have a work day left. And then we can dial it back. So once you do this, let's just try the next 2 weeks, Monday through Thursday. And then,
sounds good.
Then going forward, just do Mondays and see if we have a problem, then we can always add a day, right?
Sure, absolutely. So, Desiree, you're scheduling those because this is your baby for you to be able to ask the questions about the clients that you are assigned to, no other ones. And then the other stuff that we talked about, I know that you were freaking out. Where are the information of these clients? Well, last night, voila, they are at fuel. So what happened is that what I learned from Gabby last night is that the plan was to transfer all the information, all the data from Monday into Go High Level. And I've never had, until last night, I never had access to Go High Level. And I saw Go High Level. It is freaking beautiful. That thing has everything that Monday has and more. And if we're able to transfer that information and start using Go High Level, we will eventually not need Monday anymore, and that's going to save the company some money.
Yeah,
and it's also going to reduce.
Yeah, but for right now, though, I agree with you. So that task, so once again, it's context. That was a task that Romero and them were trying to do. There were some challenges that there were already workflows built in Monday. So this is what I'm asking they do, right? Let's let Romero put that rules
Yeah.
in place. Yeah, and then if we want to do a field project 3 months from now, great. Right now, though,
Yeah.
the problem is we don't have demos on the board. We have people, I got every employee in the company has called me with some counseling moment. I've never had to deal with this. And I've got people all over the place. So I need to stop the
Yeah.
madness. Let's go back to blocking and tackling. Let's just go. And then on those calls, Desiree, each day, bring all the clients. What I'm saying is the ones that you're responsible for and assigned for, you're going to eventually have all of them, right? What I'm trying to say is when you have a client that you're not familiar with, I'm logical enough to know to say it would be unfair to say, hey, Desiree, go handle this, right? That's, that'd be crazy. We're going to do that together. So Josh has narrative. Romero's going to be a big part of giving you the analytics and things that you need to talk to the client about. And we'll work through that. It'll clean itself up in the next week or two. And Roberta, you're right. Fuel could do all kinds of things. But the problem is that if we take bandwidth, if we're going to use Romero and the team right now to stand up the existing clients and make sure at least Monday's board is working and the pipeline's there, and Heath equipment's in Monday, then that solves a lot of things while we work on, maybe this bigger picture project and fuel. But if we got 3 demos a week and 8 clients in there.
For sure. 100% agree with you.
Yeah.
100% agree with you. The thing is, after, because you know that I spent 2.5 hours last night on this call until after 8. And the thing is, what I saw was that fuel was pretty much set up. So but it's okay. We can go with.
But let's just do it together with me, you, and Romero, and you just see what he comes up with. Right? Maybe listen, you can be 100% correct and it's ready to go. I'm all in. Okay,
cool, awesome. And then and that's why I'm kind of tabling this, but I wanted to talk about it in this call, so that way, Desiree, I don't want you to spend too much time on developing Monday. I don't want you to spend any time developing Monday because Romero is handling this. Now that we have aligned with Romero, we're going to learn a lot more about the plan, about what was his structure going to be, about the process and all that. So let's just make sure. If you can't find client information on Monday, take a look at fuel, because fuel is the same thing as Go High Level, by the way. We checked last night. You do have a login for Go High Level. If you can't find it, then let us know. We will reset it for you. I'll have Gabby reset it for you tonight. I'm also going to see if I have admin. I know she did make me an admin. I may be able to do it myself for you. So I will. Are you able to get into Go High Level?
Yes. Is it okay for me to talk now?
Yes. I'm just saying. Okay, hold on. The answer is yes. You're able to get in there. Now, okay. Were you able to get in there? Were you able to find anything? Have you looked for clients' information there?
Yes.
Awesome. Because one thing that you said before is that Monday has a stop. Like there's a certain amount of clients and then it stops, and then there's not much information being put in there. That's because I just found out last night that they're being put out in fuel. Now I'm done. I'm muting myself. You have the floor, Desiree.
Okay. I'd like to go in order. Yesterday, I believe happened because on the July 4th call that I had with James, I expressed my concern of the current status of all the clients that we currently have, not the ones that we were getting, new ones, the old ones like DSCR, Fester, and stuff like that. And James, you asked me to send you a spreadsheet of those and you would find out the status. And we agreed that you would get with Romero and we'd figure it out. And you said to defer anything that has to do with clients that we currently have to you. That is why when he sent me an email, I slowed down and I literally took time to write that email out saying, anything that has to do with clients, I need to defer to James. This is all that I've found.
So you're right. So just pause for a second. So you're correct. You're correct. But here's the communication gap and why we all just have to talk more together clearly. The interpretation of that was as you run into roadblocks and you don't know how to service the client, you're going to get with me.
Right.
It wasn't for you to defer or circumvent your own authority and tell somebody in the field, James has it. Because what they see is, one, what are you doing then all day? why is James?
He's internal.
Yeah,
He is internal. He's not a client.
Yeah.
And it's his clients.
Sales are clients. Remember, they're on residuals and stuff. So we treat them just like a client. They have questions.
Okay. Well, I kind of look at him as my boss too. If he asks me something, I want to give him information as soon as I can.
Is not. You guys, if all else fails, follow the instructions. At the very beginning of this call and last week, I was clear. This is the reporting structure. This is what the job is.
Mm-hmm.
And so
that's why I deferred it to you.
So if he asks you something, like I just told you at the beginning of the call, you just professional pause. Heath, thank you for your questions. I received it. I've got several meetings today. Unless it's urgent, I'll get back some information to you tomorrow by 5. And then you would reach out internally to Roberta and say, hey, I've got a couple questions from Joe or from Heath or whoever, and I just want to make sure I navigate this correctly. And then my assumption would be that we grab Josh and Romero.
And I was on the phone. Can I explain to you why you called me several times? I was on the phone with Josh. I said, because he's on the development side. I said, do you have any way to help me figure out how to see if there's any information I could give? Because I'm having trouble. And I was talking to him for probably about 15 minutes. And I said, Josh, I have to call Heath back. And I'm texting you back and forth. So I'd like to clarify. I was not ignoring you at all. And when I tried to call you back, it did go to voicemail. Now, before you interrupt me, please understand there are several things that are going on that I feel like I have every right to explain my position. Number 1, we have an issue with pay. Number 2, I am always available 8 o'clock to 6 o'clock every single day that I am on the clock for you to respond to anything from anybody here. I have not been. 8 to 6. Could you please not interrupt me? 8 to 6. 8 to.
No, hold on. Desiree, pause.
We're trying to finish it. I'm just trying to solve topics for you. So we're jumping all over the place. So you just said, hey, call, right? So that's a topic. And I said just a minute ago, all I need you to do, if you don't answer, is to text back, James, I'm on the phone with Josh. I'll be free in 30. That never happened. So that's the whole thing. We never had a conversation.
That's not true. I did actually tell you I was on the phone. Actually,
that's not how you say it. That's not how you say it, Desiree. That's one thing that you need to learn too. It's like if you're on the phone, he's gonna check. Well, maybe she's with a client. The only time you're not gonna answer James' call if you're with a client. If you're with Josh, or if you are with anybody internal, if you're with me on the phone,
mm-hmm.
hold on, Josh, hold on, Roberta, hold on, Heath, just a second, James is calling me. Click over.
Okay, well, I was not aware of that. Please don't listen. I was not aware of that.
He's the owner of the company.
Okay.
His phone takes precedence above anything other than clients.
Okay.
If it's client call, and even if it's not in your calendar, if it's a client call, you text him back and say, I'm on the phone with the client. I'll call you as soon as I'm done.
Okay.
He will 100%, no problem. But if you just say, I'm on the phone, then he's gonna take that. What are you talking about? It's like you're talking like you're his boss.
No, I'm like texting back. So that is a misunderstanding on my part that I am not, I guess, cultural fit on that level. If I'm on the phone,
it's just a matter of doing this. It's super simple. Like, I'm gonna do it one more time. Let's say you called me. The door opens both ways. Right?
Mm-hmm.
We're with each other, unfortunately. If you called me and I couldn't answer, I would text you.
Yeah.
I'd say, Desiree, during working hours, right? It's not Saturday or something. I'd text you back and say, Desiree, I'm on the phone with Josh. I should be off 20 or 30. I'll call you then.
Okay.
That's it. And I wouldn't send you back, I'm on the phone, because there's no context.
Okay. That's fair. Yeah, I know that now.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah, that's all.
I would like to establish that I have been working for you at 8 o'clock in the morning, at 6 o'clock at night, every day that I'm supposed to. Number 1. Number 2, we've already. Are you still talking? Can I tell me when I can stop?
Oh my gosh, Desiree. Okay, Desiree.
Yes.
It's one by one.
Okay.
It's clearing up one point.
Yes.
He's verifying with you and making sure that you understand that first point on the thing. The answer is yes. That's it.
Yes.
You don't have to be rude,
I'm not trying to be rude.
but you are. So just
I
let's just
do
keep
apologize.
it
I'm not trying to
kosher.
be
Let's
rude.
keep it kosher. Okay. So next point, Desiree.
Okay. I have worked from 8 to 6 every day that I was supposed to. Correct?
Yes. Yes, you have.
I did take time to try to establish that any questions regarding the client, the status, go through James, and that's my understanding. I thought that's how we wanted it. Number two, the difficulty that I have and the fear that I have moving forward is the current status of the clients, like the SCR. Like I just transferred a call that I'm going to take this Thursday because I don't know the status. That's been a concern that I've expressed multiple times. Okay.
Yep, so let's pause that one there. You're good. So that's why.
Okay.
That's why we did the introduction of Romero yesterday. That's why we're doing the introduction with Craig today. And that's why we just established in this call that we're going to have daily, Monday through Thursday, 1 hour blocks. We may not need it all to talk to just clients. That's also why I said you're not accountable for clients that you're not assigned to. We're going to support you. So there could be 100 clients, right? If your book of business is these 7, that's where your focus is. That doesn't mean Roberta might not add 2 more or whatever, but she's going to be thoughtful enough to make sure that she's got with Romero, she's got with Josh. We understand the history of that client before we assign it, and then people are doing it with you, and no one's going to just throw you in the fire.
And just to make sure that we're crystal on this end, from now on, from today on, any questions with clients, I don't want you to waste your time into trying to chase, Heath, trying to chase Josh, trying to chase Romero, and all of that stuff.
Okay.
Bring them all to me.
Okay.
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 Make sure that you're not bombarding me with it. Just like Roberta, they need to know where your scripts, if your scripts have been done. Roberta, this client, you know what I'm saying? Just a bullet.
That would be
Just
awesome.
like boom, boom, boom.
But
yes. And then
until this point,
I will go. Yeah, I know. But you know what? We're creating the struggle. We're creating the flow. Okay. So now it's gonna be on me. You can put the pressure on me, and then I can go ahead and do all of this search for you, and then figure out what is going on between all the clients.
When you guys have your daily call, it'll solve a lot of this where you don't
Right.
just message Roberta, right? Because everybody's on the call. Romero is going to be your analytics person, right? So just same page. Romero's going to build the scripts. Romero's going to make sure the site analysis is done. Romero's going to make sure the scripts are firing. Romero's going to make sure that the ATP registration, everything in fuel is done, and the fuel seat's there. So behind the scenes, all of that, the monthly reports and the analytics, he's going to provide all that for you. So like it's turnkey.
Okay.
Just once again, you guys haven't had any time together, right? So that's what I'm saying is like just got him yesterday. Yeah. So part of it is once you get time with him, because Roberta's not going to do that stuff either. Right? I mean, she's still.
Right.
So I'm just saying, there's nothing wrong with her. I'm just saying, Romero already has this. Yeah. He understands. I mean, like he said yesterday, he built at 90% of it. So like. Yeah, it'll go really, really quick. But anyway, so and I don't really care who gets copied. All I'm saying is I'm trying to keep operations separate from sales until we have a final answer. Because what Heath's question, if you're dealing with people, understand Heath's question is not about those clients. Heath is trying to get demos on the board, and he's trying to see how those clients are going. So you call them and say, hey, can you send me some referrals? That's his real question. And so that's what I'm saying. That's so important that we come together and come up with a great answer, and we send it back to sales or whatever part of the company we're talking to with some great narrative prior to just responding, because they're not. Here's the deal: no one really asks you the real question. 99% of people are passive, and they talk around stuff, and so they talk about something because they're trying to get something, and they don't want to say what it is. So that's why we have to be careful in our responses. They'll interpret the response weird.
I tried to be very careful, but can I say something?
Yeah.
Because the last 3 days I've been studying and learning the Fuel for Pros, and Roberta, I have been inside Fuel for Pros, and nowhere in here can I find that, like the bulk of those people on that spreadsheet, that there's any there are some things that are set up, but not to the point where we can actually give them a report. That's why I was talking to Josh.
You need to get that list in front of Romero today.
Yeah.
Correct.
And I gave that to you Thursday. So
let's get that to Romero. right? Then let's get the Romero so he can do the research for you.
Okay.
The
Yeah,
combination
absolutely.
with me, like just to reiterate, all I'm saying is when you have a question you can't answer and there's just no context, hit me up, let me know, and I can guide you because you're still what you know, right? If you're like, hey man, weird
Okay.
question, like how do I find conversion? Great, well that's gonna be the field dashboard. That's a Romero question, right? All I'm gonna do is give you the resource. There's no way 12 companies and 185 different people running around that I'm gonna be able to sit there and solve.
How many people?
But
Sorry. How many people?
185.
185. Okay.
Yeah, there's no way that I'm going to be able to do that, but I can get you in front of the right person for this product stack.
Okay.
And that's all I'm trying to do. Yeah. So Romero's going to be your person. Josh just has the client narrative. So Josh is in sales. He's not a dev.
But I thought he was in the back of the. I mean, I saw him in this chain of all the development side. That's why I go to him.
Once again, I'm telling you something.
Okay.
You're telling me something different.
No. I mean, but you said I had to ask him, so.
Yeah, Josh in sales. And the only reason, once again, I said this earlier, the only reason he needs to be a part of these initial calls is because he has the history of the client, not the development side. He knows that Mike Smith bought the product for this reason, and here's the things that he was excited about the product. That narrative helps as we're solving kind of like the retargeting and CTAs and all that stuff. Romero's technical, Josh has historical. It's
Okay.
the verbal historical. Yeah, Josh has never fixed something. He may have fumbled around the system a little bit, but he's not a technical person.
Okay. So I guess the thing is, my 3 fears right now is what is happening to me is that I feel like you guys may, and it's just a perception. I could be completely wrong, but from my perception, I feel like you continually talk over me, and that there's a lot of the stuff for the client. And I gotta tell you where my purpose is. My purpose is to take care of the client, period. Because if someone's been on our books since November, I want to be able to answer questions that they have, right? So my fear is the more I dig, the less work I see that has been done. So that's a huge concern. And then the third part is just overall cultural fit. I don't think I'm a good cultural fit for this. I don't like the fact that pay, my time here, stuff like that is just a constant issue. And it could be, and it's okay. I'm fine with it I'm not a fit for y'all. I totally get it. I wish you the very best, but it continually every day, it's getting progressively worse, not better. Does that make sense? And it could be just me. I'm just not the right person for this. There are plenty of very smart people out here that can do the level of work that you need done immediately and execute it the way you want it done, to drop everything and answer your phone exactly when you call or text you exactly this. I'm on the phone with so and so. I'm sorry. I'll call you right back. And they'll know that and they'll be okay with that. Does that make sense? So it's, to me, I feel like on the surface, I was hoping that I love the software. I love the program. I love GHL. I love the idea of white labeling software. I love that part. I think that's just freaking awesome. Automated AI. I mean, all this stuff is great, but I don't think I'm a cultural fit for y'all. I think you need someone who can be just okay with everything that y'all represent. And I don't think I'm that person. That's to the core of this. I understand what you're saying. I am trying to make things work when I don't think our core values align, if that makes sense. So I try every day, and I just
I don't know. All I know is that Romero's a key part of getting things to that.
Yeah.
You don't have a context to even understand what things are at, and that's the whole point of having those resources.
Yeah.
And those resources just started yesterday. So
yeah.
I don't know. I don't have everybody's personality is different, right? Only the paranoid survive, right? So I don't have that mindset. I'm not concerned about anything. I am more concerned about everybody just collaborating, taking their time to understand things and work together, and not focus so much on hierarchy and stuff like that as much as the functional outcome we're trying to achieve, because it's just misinformation. So the resources, Romero, huge one. The daily calls have not happened, so they're going to happen. That solves a lot of it. As for culture set, Yeah, I don't know. We have a great time, a lot of fun. A lot of people been around for a long time. So I don't know on that piece of it. I mean, that's a personal thing, right? I'm just saying from a work standpoint, if we're working on those 3 areas, and we're using Ramiro and Josh for narrative, and then keeping me Roberta looped and knocking these things out. I don't know, man. It looks like a fun run to me. But if it's not something you're comfortable with, that's a different thing.
Yep. And then another thing, she mentioned the pay like several times.
So
And
let's
tackle that.
Let's do that together. Okay, so once again, let's just back into Desiree and I having a conversation out of it. So first thing first, we'll go to the very beginning. Anytime the first payroll cycle comes out for everybody, I've mentioned this before, it's in her offer letter and other letters. We used to send a mail check. So we used to use QuickBooks, then we moved to Gusta, whatever it's called. Either system will want to send a physical check or multi-gig ACH. We didn't want to do that for employees. 7 years ago, we said, hey, you know what, we'll do the first payment as a wire, and that way people get their money, as quick as they can get it, so we don't have to wait on the system. And then the following pay period, it'll go to whatever the system is. The system is just reporting, right? Bank of America is the actual pay gateway, right? So that is what it is. So Desiree, the other piece for everybody, not just her, is when they do an initial payment, you guys are a little different because we made an exception for Desiree's comp plan, right? Normally someone's 2 weeks in arrears. Brenda or Haley, one of them, will send out a test payment of $100 and for that first payment. And I'll tell you why. 7 years of doing this, you'll have an employee that sends over their account number and the wrong routing number for a wire. Or they send over, they fat thumb something and they're off by a digit. And then we send out payroll, $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, and it goes in limbo. And then it takes 5 to 7 business days for the bank to reverse the wire and send it back to us. It's happened to me, I don't know, 30 times at least. So I'm very familiar with it. It happens all the time. So in this case, last week with Desiree, it's a holiday week, right? July 4th, Thursday. So we sent out a prorated amount from the 17th to the end of the month, not the 15th. And it normally would be probably like 18 something after taxes. I don't know the exact, I'm not counting, but just let's just run math here. And I think you guys are on the same page there, somewhere around $1,800. So once again, when I talked to Desiree the night before, or day before, maybe 3 days, I don't know, somewhere around there, she mentioned that she was going to work. And I said, okay, you're working on like our stuff or something else, and liquor store. And so I said, whoa, that's okay. How did that happen? And we're all past that. It doesn't matter. Point is, I didn't know anything about it. I let Brenda know, hey, listen, I need to get with Bert. I don't know what's going on with this employee because they're supposed to be salary, available. They weren't going to have. The whole point of paying her early and not doing arrears was that we were going to have the other job because she was like, hey, if I'm working for you guys, I don't need the other job. So that's where I left off. And so I said, hey, listen, just let me see what's going on and let's go ahead and get a portion of her money over, which was like, I don't know, $1,100 or something like that, $1,000, I don't know, whatever it is, until I can true up with Roberta whether this person is full time, whether they're hybrid, like what is going on, because we're also working somewhere else. That's where we left off at. So in terms of time cycles, Brenda processed. I told her to skip it. I said, I want to make sure she gets her money quick. And it was an important thing for her. Just go ahead and send the $1,100 or whatever it is. Just wire it. She did. And Friday, nothing to do with the company. Friday, Desiree said, hey, I didn't get the money. I said, well, it's real-time wire. Like I don't have, it always happens within 45 minutes. I've never had a domestic wire not happen in real time. So is the bank correct? Is it the wrong bank? I don't know what she said accounting. She did forward me what she had sent. But once again, I don't know if the account numbers are correct, right? And turns out, Desiree, she says like, oh, I put the wrong account number in. Okay, well, that's Friday. So now you have Saturday, Sunday. So I emailed on Monday, yesterday, and said, hey, we're going to go back to the way we normally do it. We're going to do a $100 payment and make sure it goes through. Because right now I got $1,100 floating in the middle of nowhere that'll take another week to come back to me. Once she receives that, then today, before 4 o'clock, before the wire cut off, Brenda will process the rest of the payment, $1,700. That's it. So I don't know of anything weird about it, other than I think once you slow down and kind of listen to the narrative, that's all it is.
Yep. And I emailed you this morning that the $100 did hit. So by the end of the day, I'll have the rest.
Yeah, just said that. Yes, so I don't know anything weird about chasing money around me. That's not happening. I don't control wrong account numbers. I don't do that. I don't do accounting, period, anyways, but I'm just saying I can't control bad information.
It doesn't matter if you do accounting or not, James. The thing is, it's like if I sent out as soon as I sent out the right number, I did screenshots from my bank app, gave them exactly what the information was, and I got the money right on that same day. And exactly, and so I know I hear you, Desiree. You keep telling me about I didn't get paid, I don't have the money, but all it stems from the reason for the delay is because the data that was sent to them was wrong. It was the wrong account number. So now James is paying twice. He's paying you today because now we verified that it's the right account, and he paid you again on the time before me even. That was the $1,100, but it was sent to the wrong account. So it's somewhere up in there. So just for you to understand what's going on this part.
Okay, wait, the amount was actually wrong. I never actually received it, and that was because of an error that I sent them immediately. But the last day, yesterday, he sent it for the next day, not the same day. So there was a holdup. And it's neither here nor there. I do admit that I made an error. The thing was, I was explained that I would get paid on the 1st. I didn't realize we had to do all this. That's the thing. I thought we had Gusto for it, but that's been cleared up. So today I should have the entire amount. I don't really ever remember being okay with you cutting my pay in half because I had another position because I had to have a part-time job. That's the thing. I never was okay with that.
We're all past all that.
So today, if it hits my account, the total amount, then we can move forward.
Let's pause for a second here. So let's go back to the entry thing. So normally we send $100 payment out and it's next day ACH. And the reason is that's $5. If we do a same day wire to test the payment, it's $30. So the employee, everybody, it doesn't make sense, right? We're just trying to make sure the account works.
Right.
The only reason it's behind is because I was trying to hurry up and help because you guys need money earlier, or you needed money. So I was just like, hey, don't worry about the testing. Like, in hindsight, I should have done what we've done for 7 years. We've done the $100 testing, and we didn't. So once again, no good deed goes unpunished, right? So it's not intentional. And so at the very beginning of this, I said, hey, the $100 goes through today by 4 o'clock. The other $1,700 will come through. That's it. I've never not done what I said I'm going to do. What I'm saying is that's why we're here. So I just want to make sure we're clear. No one's trying to hold on anybody's money. It's just, that's it. And I told you the pause last week was because I had no narrative that something had changed around the other job. Doesn't mean that the company's not thoughtful about that. Think about when we came on board, we talked about it. I said, man, I totally understand. And we're like, what, if I get paid normal, I don't need to go work there. And I said, yeah, I get it. And I've been in tough seasons too. It's like, company's super flexible with people. It's not I had Roberta and Josh, talk about it and decide they also wanted to support that. They made the decision. So, everybody else is on a 2 weeks arrears. So,
he made a special. Yeah, he made a special, and that is where everything got confused with the accounting too. Because wait a minute, James, are you serious? Is that what you want to do? And yeah, so that was it. It's just because he was trying to get us paid earlier instead of. Or else, the first check that you were going to get, Desiree, would have been on the 15th of this month.
Correct.
And will that...
Yeah, we knew your situation, so that was why.
Okay, well, thank you. Will our 15th be normal, or will it be a wire?
Well, so take 2 things out there. So one, normal is an ACH, which is the same thing as a wire. The same day wire transfer you get now is just in lieu of a manual check. So wire and ACH is the same thing. Just one wire same day. ACH can be 2 days, 3 days, right? So normally you get an ACH payment because the fees are less.
Okay.
In this case, because we don't want to wait on a manual check, I've always just taken on the chin and done the right thing for the employee. It's not doesn't matter. It's still the same thing. Just one takes 2 days and one happens in real time.
Okay.
So yeah.
How will we be paid? ACH, you said in our checking account or through Gusto, or no? That's the confusing part.
guess. Okay, well, that one, here's where I need help. I don't know why it matters, but I'm gonna help you with it. So payroll is the same day payroll is every day by 4 o'clock. So if your payroll is the 1st and 15th, then before 4 p.m. Central, ACH method, whatever is used, goes into your payroll. Gusto, just like QuickBooks, is not a payroll system. It doesn't do anything. It just accounts for taxes and benefits and PTO. It's just like a tracker, you know. Bank America's a bank.
Okay, so it doesn't track our pay stubs or anything like that.
That's all it does. It's just like QuickBooks and other issues. Yeah.
James, let me thank you one mic, please. So, okay, so think of Gusto as a CRM for employees. So all it does, it collects data, right? So your paychecks and your pay stubs will be there. You will be able to take a look at it and track. And not only that, you'll be able to see your W-2 forms. You're going to see your tax forms. You're going to see, you know, all of this stuff that is internally employees. So it's just like, you know,
Like QuickBooks?
Workday.
Okay, like
Like
QuickBooks.
QuickBooks,
Okay.
like Workday.
Okay.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. That's all it is.
Okay, I guess that was my confusion because nothing has shown up on that. Like if you're doing a wire transfer, that will eventually show up on the ACH in Gusto, right? I mean, wouldn't it track that, what you pay me?
Yes.
Okay,
If there's any questions on that, because again, James went outside of his protocol for this. So basically, he took money out of his pocket and said, okay, let's just pay them right away, instead of going through the whole entire system. If we need to manually input it, then we can manually input it. But that's irrelevant because that you're going to get the additional and everything else on the 15th. Correct, James?
Yeah, you're talking about different things. So
Well, I just want to make sure the taxes are withheld from what I'm getting paid. That's my thing.
I'm so lost. This is like so weird. So I don't know. So here's the deal. The this is stuff with this thing. You nailed it. It's so interesting. Okay, so the system, regardless of what it is, there's a million payroll systems out there, right? And to Roberta's point, it's just a CRM. It's a pass-through mechanism. They don't hold or do anything. They literally are linked to the bank account. So when desirelovell is in Bank of America's commercial account, she is linked to whatever payroll system we're using, whether it's ADP, whether it's Gusto, doesn't matter. So any of those systems, the very first pay cycle is going to be a manual check. There's not going to be anything in the system. On paycheck 2, it's going to retro back to whatever was paid in the system and show all the correct year-to-date pay stubs. That's just how they all work the same. So the bank is one thing. Whether we use Wells Fargo, Bank of America, Chase, like that's the payment mechanism. Gusto is irrelevant. It could be anything. I mean, we have ADP and another tech staff. We've used Bank of America's payroll systems before. I mean, I don't know. Just an accounting tool.
Okay.
Nothing with the yes.
That's it. Okay. So yes. So is that everything crystal clear for you? Now that's right.
Yes.
Awesome.
So let me make sure we're on the same page here. So just recap for me. So, like I said at the beginning, I think everybody's competent, mission-driven, and we're on the same intentional path with clients. And Desiree, when we talked last week, you asked me what are the 2 things the company believes in, or what is the mantra. And I told you it's faith, family, fitness, finances. That's culture. People, product, process, profit is the internal mechanisms. And so that is our culture. It's those 2 things. So I also make sure, because during this call, it felt like you were trying to take your football and go home and you don't want to work here anymore and everything. I want to make sure, because if we're separating, I want to do the right thing for you, but I don't. This call is to clarify resources, support, and what's supposed to be happening. What does the day look like? What's Romero doing? What Josh is doing? Yeah, this is all that. If this is a call for you just to let them know you're quitting, then this is 50 minutes of pointless. So what are we doing?
I just need to regroup and think. I mean, I think I just need to talk to Romero and get stuff on board, but
So no, his question is, are you sticking around? Because he's not going to have, halfway. So it's like either you're on board and you're 100% in there, or you're not. But we respect your decision either way, 100%. We do not want you to be, hating where you work. We want you to be excited and loving it, even though we are, and understand too that we are in transition. This is a startup. You have to understand that it's a startup, but the product's so freaking brilliant. It's so great and so grand that we are moving a lot faster than any other startups that I've ever been involved in. So,
it's a startup. Roberta, I just want to be careful. It's a startup. It's a tech stack within the company.
Correct. Yeah.
Just this. Yes.
Yeah, 100%. That's what I'm saying. Like it's like and then this relates to like the process.
I agree. I agree with you, Roberta. I mean, I agree. That's the thing. There was a lot of, I guess, not red flags that this call had to happen so that I would be able to clear those flags. Does that make sense? So it was a lot. It was a lot.
So my question for you, are you now?
I think I'm on board.
Again?
Yes, but I need to just think, man. So do you guys ever take minutes to think? I mean, dang, it's just like I need a minute to think.
No, 100%.
Yeah, that's it. I mean,
so
a lot of it has Romero. Sorry.
Exactly. So we're gonna have Romero today.
And Craig.
And Craig. So let's have a great day today. Yeah. And I need you to be full-minded today so that way you can have a good day. You know what I mean? And then by tonight, I'm going to have a follow-up with you. Okay. So by tonight, and I think my last meeting is at 6:30. Okay. But I will make sure that I have enough time with you. If you need me to be within... No, I'm available all night. I'm available to you all night, okay? It's just like I haven't slept in a long time, so it's like I just need a minute. Dang. Yeah. So by tonight, I want to know, if you're 100%, if you're not. That's fair, absolutely.
What time are we doing this? Yeah, because I don't want to run clients in circles.
What clients in circles?
What time do we want to do this thing and do the client call so we can schedule it while we're here?
Yeah.
Yep. So tomorrow's the 10th, right? That's gonna be the first one. Do we want to do it at 10 a.m. each day, so there's a little bit of time to gather information?
You know what? I have never seen the fuel team daily hurdle be more than 30 minutes. It's never been more than 15 minutes. So I think that if we do it at 8:30, then everybody would be available.
So we just need to find out from Romero.
Correct.
I would just ask Romero what's the best time for him. Monday through Thursday for a half hour. We'll do a 45-minute block. Probably the first one will probably take all 45, but it doesn't mean it won't connect in behind the scenes, right? But for a formal call, what can you do for the next 2 weeks? Monday through Thursday, and then we'll go to a Monday call only. What time of the day is best, and then let's just block it. And we can always move it around. We can always play with it.
Correct.
Yeah, not a big deal.
So for now, Desiree, go ahead and block the 8:30.
Okay.
And then the 8:30, and then we can move it. But at least, and then we're going to prompt to everybody. So you can call it fuel team.
Since you're starting this tomorrow, why don't we do this? Because I don't want to send stuff to Romero. Remember, people interpret things differently. He gets an invite, and he's going to assume now it's an 8:30 thing and no one talked to him. Let's not do that. You guys have a call with him this afternoon. I don't know what time that is. I know there's another one with him.
2 o'clock.
Okay. So when you have that call, then let's just on that call say, hey, we all talked this morning. We think that we probably need to do a Monday through Thursday call for 30, 45 minutes for the next 2 weeks. What time of the day is best for you? I think they're on Mountain Time, so I don't even know what time that is there. But
Roberta, who needs to be on that call? Roberta, me, and Romero? That's it.
Josh?
No,
Josh.
Okay.
For these ones.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm going to send you, an email with exactly what to say, how the colleagues and everything else.
Right.
But one thing to clarify, 2 p.m., the only thing that I have on my calendar at 2 p.m. Tomorrow, no, I'm sorry, it's today, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do not have that on my calendar. For
I
some
can send it
reason,
to
I'm
you.
not receiving.
I have that and
I'm not-
Craig, so I'm gonna send both of them to you. I don't, I'm like,
Yeah, I'm not
The
receiving.
third one I sent out for the day at 3. I don't see anything at 2 on mine.
Yeah. So I need to get invited for these calls
yep,
via Outlook.
okay,
Okay, via Outlook, because for some reason I'm not receiving that.
okay. I'm gonna send you both of them right now. I don't know who made them here. Let's see.
Roberta, the other thing too is nothing wrong with these calls being scheduled, but if you get to a point where you think it makes sense to rest of schedule recurring calls, not like one-off, right? Like Desiree is a one-off call with Romero on something, right? But these recurring calls that we have 4 or 5 people on, I mean, she could absolutely set them and assign them as the host since you've trained her on Outlook.
Yeah.
It's whatever you want to do. It doesn't matter to me. Just on
I got it. Yeah, however you did it this time, it worked. I got it. Okay.
I didn't originate that one, so I don't know how to.
It's okay. I've been having something going on. I'm gonna. Last night it was so much conversation. It was a 2-hour meeting, so I'm getting with Lessa and then figuring out how she's doing it now, and then adjusting that. So
I'm sending you the other one
guys.
too, Craig.
So
Thank you
Roberta,
so much.
the only thing I would say is, I don't know what time we have Romero there, she's fine. Can someone just send him, you already have your list, Desiree, so probably easier coming from you. Email him, ragular@fuelforpros.com, just a list of those clients.
Yep,
Just the
I can send that to him.
Yeah, these are the clients that we're gonna be looking into together. I just want to give you a heads up. If you can take a look at some of these before our call later today, that would be amazing. And then let him do a little research.
Okay, can I just send them what I sent you on Thursday?
Yep, just give a little context in there, but yeah, that's perfect.
Okay, so I have a meeting at 3 p.m. So that is, if I knew that was going to happen at 3 p.m., I would have told you
Sorry.
that I have a closing. I have a meeting at 3. So depending on how.
It doesn't have anything, it won't affect you at all. It's just me.
Perfect.
It's like yesterday. I'm just introducing them to Craig on some stuff. There'll be more.
Sounds good.
Yeah,
Okay.
not
I will
Thank you, Roberta.
then. No problem. I will then get on the call because it's they're fine. I can get on the call in the beginning, get the introduction, then I'll dip out.
What is Romero's email?
It's r@fuelforpros.com. Also
Okay,
on
I got it.
on the meeting.
I got
thing.
it. Okay. All right.
Awesome.
Okay.
Are we good now?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Let's rock and roll.
All right, talk to you soon.
Thank you.
All right.